We got Mouth in the house. What's
What
going
up?
on? Drafting
How you doing?
Field General Superflex, gentlemen. So Mouth's on a little time crunch. He has his pod to record after this in about 49 or 50 minutes. So we're gonna hop in and draft together. We'll give you guys a second. Whoever wants to draft with us, let us know.
Hold up, so let me get there. Hold up, so
yeah, I'm gonna give him a second. Whoever wants to hop in.
NFL. Hold up. Of course, Underdog is being weird. I had everything ready to go. Lobby, NFL, Field General.
Yes, sir.
Field General. All right, so we're hopping in now.
Let's give a couple people a second if they want to draft with us. You have like 50 minutes. The drafts usually take less than 40.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we'll give everyone a little bit of time. We had our Dynasty startup today. Mouth, you got
these drafts are nuts, man. This draft is nuts. This draft is crazy. We got trades going inside the draft, trades all over the place, trades upon trades upon trades upon trades. I think I hit the over.
I got Jonathan's shirt on. Shit, hard to see it, but if you can see it. There it is. Yeah, you hit the over. The over was set at fucking 3.5 trades. You made 7 before the draft even started.
I think it was 5. I think it was 5.
No, it was 7. I looked. We like the 7 out of 12. Let's join. We're joining. Field General. Whoever wants to hop in. Thank you, Keith. Keith is the man.
We're in 2 more to start.
Keith here. Yep, mine says 3 more. Update this. There we go. Yes, Field General, Keith. We're good. Keith is the man. Appreciate you, dude. Mouse, you'll stick around for draft grades, hopefully.
Yeah, last time I drafted live on the show, had to deal with some stuff. This time, no distractions. It's not cold outside. Weather went up by 50 degrees. Everybody's happy. We're going to be doing good.
Yes, sir. Thank you again for the gear, Jonathan. It's nice as shit, man. I'm wearing it, rocking it. You know what I do. You know how I do. All right. Is yours still say 2? Sometimes mine doesn't.
Yeah, mine still says 2.
Now it says 3.
What? That makes sense.
All right. This tournament still is only half full, like in terms of total entry. So I love the Superflex drafts, man.
Yeah, now we're at 3 more to start. So we still have 3 more to start.
Hop in. Do it.
Hop on in. Field General, $3. I can't see any of the chats right now because I'm doing this all via an Android phone. So right now,
Derek, this is a Superflex, the Field General. We have 3 more to start.
Yep.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dakota. Rob, walk us through the professional facts draft strategy, knowing that some teams will have 4 players before you have your seconds. Well, you will, but you're the only one. I mean, we didn't have a second round pick. We have 3, and we have the 303. We also have the 309. So we're gonna have 4 picks in the first, or 3 picks in the first 3 rounds, 4 picks in the first 4 rounds. So I don't. I mean, you will have 4 picks before us, Dakota. And we didn't get that trade to us, so I don't know what to tell you. Is that what you're referring to, or are you looking at someone else's draft board?
I think you might be talking about me. Like, how is it that I have so few draft picks in the first 7 rounds?
You already have 2 players on your team, though, so he's not talking about you.
Yeah, I am very happy with the results of my trading. As much as everybody thinks I shouldn't be, I am. And as much as everybody thinks that my partner should be very unhappy with the results of my trading, he looked at the draft board and he's like, no, I like this.
Dakota, what my strategy was, we got the 3rd pick and we had the 9th pick, which is not good. And I'm glad we moved out of that spot because it was not good what was available. And then we had 12 and 13, which you ended up moving to, which I did like. You got Drake London and you got Brock Bowers, which is kind of what we were going to do. We were going to hopefully take Justin Jefferson, but he didn't fall. We got 2 third rounders and we moved up in the 7th and the 9th, which I really love the players there. So I don't know. I guess you can call me a dumbass if you'd like, but yeah, you got gifted the first pick in the draft, so you had more chips to deal with than we did. I guess is the way I would put it out there.
I can't see the chat. So how bad am I getting roasted in the chat, Rob? Am I being destroyed?
I'm apparently getting roasted.
How are you getting roasted when I have 3 picks in 8 rounds?
I don't know. I guess it's call it a lack of respect for. I wouldn't say your elders because Dakota's actually older than me, but that's fine. I'm not really a dynasty expert by any stretch, but
well, neither am I.
No, just want you to give away your players. No, I'm not going to give away my players. It's me and Story's players, not just my players. I got the first pick. Look at that.
I got the 11th pick. Look at that.
All right. And then we have let's see. We have
Heath has got the turn.
Yep. So you guys are all right next to each other.
Yeah.
You guys are all right next to each other. Derek.
And you're just sitting there all pretty, all by yourself, having a nice, enjoyable time.
I am having a pretty nice, enjoyable time now.
Hey, look, you got a host, though. So, you have all the responsibility of hosting, running the Dynasty League, taking care of the community. You got a lot on your shoulders there, Rob.
I signed up for it. I enjoy it. We're going to take Josh Allen. We got to get this draft moving. This took a lot longer than the typical draft does to start.
Yeah.
Right? Because everyone's tuned into our Dynasty League, baby.
Hell yeah. I mean, and if this Dynasty League is anything, imagine what the redraft leagues are going to be like. Imagine what those trades are going to be like, because if these Dynasty trades are going to be, if these Dynasty League trades are anything, the redraft leagues are going to be
I don't like it because I can't. I know, like, I have time in my hands, but I also am managing 35 leagues, so like, I have to limit my my leagues that have trades in them because it's just too much work. You know what I mean? To keep up with someone that's playing like 1 or 2 leagues, like they're going to be active. This was easy for the Dynasty stuff because this is fucking May, but in August and all that kind of shit, like I can't be like scouring rosters for trades. I have to, balance my time amongst 35 teams. So I'll still make some trades, but it's a disadvantage. Like home leagues for me are a disadvantage compared to my no trade Fantrax leagues because that's
professional fanatics. Come take Rob's money. Pretty much. Yeah. Well, so basically, what you're saying is get into the home leagues in the professional fanatics tier with Rob.
Definitely, man. We're gonna play at least 6 of them. Hopefully, as many of you guys want to play, I will be in all of them, or at least one of the co-hosts will be in one of them. MVP says, I'm surprised not a single quarterback went in the first. He's referring to the Dynasty League we're drafting right now. It's a slow draft. I figured someone would grab Josh Allen. MVP, it's a very sharp room, and that's my answer. It's a very sharp room. Vesta Stupor says, why do they have Burrow in a tier below Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, even Drake May, if the Bengals have one of the easiest schedules? Because this is 4 for a passing touchdown, Vegeta. This is a half for a passing, 4 for a passing touchdown. So the scramblers get pushed up. I mean, that's just common math. Like, as much as I love Joe Burrow equal to those guys, Joe Burrow's best season will not be as good as Lamar's best season, will not be as good as Josh Allen's best season. It's just not possible because those guys rush in 8 to 10 touchdowns and have 500 yards on the ground.
For example, my finger still hurts right now because I had to press draft on Jalen Hurts, but he was 2 spots. I took him 2 spots at ADP, below ADP. So yeah,
right.
Why not? If a Jalen Hurts arrives at you at that place, you take him.
Yeah, because it's 4 for a passing touchdown, right? And like I still think Joe Burrow there's a range of outcomes where Joe Burrow is the number 1 quarterback in fantasy. It's going to take 4,800 yards and 45 touchdowns, which is just like an all-time outlier season in the way the NFL is going now, right? This isn't the years of Peyton Manning and like the way the league was then. And Josh Allen just needs 12 rushing touchdowns. When I say just, like he has it every year, and 28 passing touchdowns, and he will be the quarterback 1.
And by the way, you guys really should just check out my pod, Downtown Sports. The YouTube channel is great, but you guys need to check out the Spotify. Go back years when you check out that Spotify. I've been saying for the past 3 or 4 seasons, the NFL is evolving, but it's really going backwards, actually. If you watch early 90s football, it's something called the run and shoot. You're seeing fullbacks getting money again. Look at Patrick Ricard and the New York Giants as number one example. You're seeing the return of big-bodied running backs getting drafted in positions that you did not see them or expect them getting drafted in. You're seeing the return of the big body running back, the run and shoots. You're not going to see 400-yard games from crappy quarterbacks anymore. That's just not the NFL we're in any longer. So, the days of the super QB are gone. Well, not completely gone, but you know what? The guy's going to have to run.
That is correct. Brock Purdy goes right in front of me, so we're going to take James Cook and Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
When you take Josh Allen, you can afford to not go the second quarterback until mid, fourth, fifth round, something like that.
And you could just stack James Cook with Josh Allen and just look at all the points just happen.
Now, I'll say this, Super. I'll say this, man. In a 6 for a passing touchdown league, like Joe Burrow is you can make an argument for him for the first quarterback. But also, we're going to factor in the fact that Joe Burrow has missed over half of a season 3 times in the last 6 years. Has not finished the season 3 of the last 6 years. Like Josh Allen's never missed a game. Never missed a game. And Lamar Jackson has 2 MVPs and has been quarterback 1 3 of the last 5 years. Like that, Joe Burrow has 1 epic fantasy season under his belt. We all agree the guy's amazing, but like it's law of averages, right? And I think this is gonna be a good year for Joe Burrow, but who knows, man? That offensive line is not any better, I guess is what I got to say. And that defensive, now he has to deal with, another elite edge rusher in his division. Like that's not cool. I know Trey Hendrickson isn't the best, but Trey Hendrickson has 1 or 2 years of prime left. He should know that. He played against him in practice.
Yeah. So now I'm up, and since I don't trust Mr. Super Beast not to take this guy, I know I'm going to have to take Baker Mayfield.
Yes, you are. He would have taken him.
Yep, and then I'll work stacks later.
Yeah, quarterbacks are just gone already. I guess we're pretty much even with ADP, but Sam Darnold's the best available.
I mean, you know what? I got Jalen Hurts. Ahead of you.
Oh, so. No one said anything about my audio? My microphone wasn't in. Thank you, David.
Really? I heard you all clear this entire time. I heard you.
There we go. That must be a lot better.
Oh, that's much better.
My bad. Whoops. It happens. Thank you,
Hello,
David.
Rocky.
Dynasty Draft is on sleep for the night. Just so you guys know, we can all still make picks when it's on sleep mode. It just doesn't the ticker doesn't start, right? So if you make a pick, someone else has 4 hours from the time it starts up again. So I still expect this league for the most part to be active. I know Nico and Tom TD, their co-management team, they go to sleep pretty early, but who knows? There goes Walker. Yeah, bro, that's the problem. When you're on that, we're on the edges. Me and you are both on the edges. So is Mouth for the most part. It's stressful. Not when you have Josh Allen though. I'm fine with rolling with Josh Allen and a couple bums.
You see, I'm not stressed. I'm too blessed to be stressed. I have my 2 QBs, a nice star wide receiver, and a nice star tight end. I'm Gucci at the moment, as the kids would say.
He's Gucci, man. He's Gucci.
Which brings us to Frank's flag, which is, it's just unfortunate.
It's 4 Fs. I didn't know it was going to come off like that.
Pretty sure he did.
It's half PPR, David. Half PPR Superflex, though. This is the field general. I think there might be another Superflex on there. Usually I only have one Superflex at a time, and I dig Superflex. There goes
There
the
is
league Willis. That would have been a nice pick, but
I believe there's a $10 Frenchie.
So Rashee Rice is curious to see where he goes because I did a draft with my wife earlier, and we took him in the 6th round in a Superflex. So we're gonna take CJ Stroud, I think.
Had knee procedure last week.
And Nico Collins.
Well, did not have any.
Yeah, well now they
damage.
bring
What?
out the surgery for Rashee Rice. Isn't that convenient timing to like?
Yeah,
well, he wouldn't have been
real-
he would have been ready for mini camps anyway. No, dude, the guy's in jail for 30 days, and
Yeah,
he's most
no.
certainly getting suspended for 4 games. I was talking a story about this. He is the legal expert in the show as well as a college expert in the show. 4 games, and we're doing this again with Rashee Rice, guys, where we're not gonna know where the hell to draft him, and just every fucking year, keep your fucking nose clean, Mr. Rice. Can you just do that? You're about to get paid.
No,
possibly.
he can't. He can't. He just has to go out and commit crimes.
Well, he didn't commit a crime. He smoked weed, but he was on probation. The rule is you can't smoke weed and do drugs on probation. That is a crime. I mean, it's not, but you know what I'm saying. You got to know better than that. You have to know better than that.
Yeah, but come on. Why? You know?
Oh shit! I didn't even know Dakota was in this. Dakota's at 4. My bad, Dakota. I didn't know you were in here. He drafted quarterbacks with the same bye. He says. I hate that in Superflex. I hate that because now you wouldn't have taken his 3rd one. Now you almost have to because that could ruin that's going to cost you 30 points.
Oh crap!
You did the same thing.
Gah!
Because I know that because I have a Jalen Hurts and Baker Mayfield team from before the buys were released. And now you got to take a 3rd quarterback.
Yeah, I
have
do.
To, but...
I do have to. I don't want to lose. Well, that's okay. Because I generally do take a 3rd quarterback on these teams.
What round should Love be drafted in a non-PPR redraft? Dude, in a 12-team non-PPR, I don't know why anyone should be playing non-PPR, but I can give you the answer, David. It's probably the 4th round. Because I think he's a fair, early 3rd round pick in PPR. Like his value is going to be mostly on pass catching. Because how many touchdowns is he going to score? Maybe 8. So I think it's early 3rd in PPR, mid to late 3rd in half PPR, and then early 4th in non-PPR. But he's going to go earlier than that. I'm saying where I think he should be drafted. Mal, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. And do you know what else I agree with? That I just feel sick that I did what I just had to do right there because.
Oh, Geno Smith. Well, you guys realizing what happened now causes me to have a shit. Now I have fucking CJ Stroud as my quarterback 2. And I don't have a quarterback 3 now. God damn it. Your guy's stupidity fucked me because I was hoping to get Geno Smith in the next round. God damn it.
Well, maybe it was our plan all along. Maybe it was gamesmanship, Rob. No.
It might have been. Now I draft Rashee Rice in the 4th round. Thank you. I mean, you got to draft at your own peril with Rashee Rice. It doesn't seem like ideal. It's a risk reward pick. If he's missing 4 games, like he was going to be a late 2nd, early 3rd round pick in redraft. What is 4 games worth? No, I haven't really either because he just always goes too high. But it's like I'm more of a risky fantasy player. I will take the risk on a guy that can get for a 4-game suspension because it's not an injury. I much rather draft a guy suspended than a guy injured, but we're not going to know what the injury is. So for these best balls, like we have no idea what the hell is going to happen.
This is just.
I would guess 4 games.
Yeah, it has to be. Well, because the NFL is not going to suspend him for smoking weed. That's the thing.
No, but they can suspend him like independently because he's going to jail now.
Yes.
That's not good.
No, yeah, they'll suspend him for going to jail, but they can't suspend him for smoking weed because that's legal now in the NFL.
You know what? I'm going to take Jacoby Brissett.
That's
the last quarterback I feel comfortable going with. We'll do that with my 1 receiver, which is not ideal, but we can make that up later.
And as I'm looking at my team with 3 quarterbacks, wide receivers, a tight end, and 0, count them, 0 running backs, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, yo, everyone stick around. We'll do draft grades after this. Hopefully, Mouth can stick around for that.
Oh, I can. I'll stick around for draft grades. That's absolutely
Sweet.
fine. We didn't even get draft grades done on that last set of teams that we drafted together.
We did not.
We have
why
Ross
wouldn't
Ice in here.
Veg says, why wouldn't he be smart and get a medical card? I'm sure that wasn't an option, but also, like, why wouldn't Rashee Rice and be smart in the same sentence? Doesn't make any sense. The guy's clearly not smart. I'm not saying he's a terrible person. I just think he's a fucking idiot. Like, he's a fucking idiot. The dude has his IQ is 0, and the guy needs some help. It's could be a Josh Gordon situation, just with, it's not so much just the weed, but he needs some help, and it's not great. There's some major issues here, and I want to find the clip here that just it perfectly sums it up here. Here we go.
Very cute.
Oh,
What's his name?
It's Kwame.
It's Kwame. Kwame. Mm-hmm. Nice name. Nice name.
Thank you. I think so too.
It's a little light for Kwame, no?
What?
A lot of names to pick, but it was a little darker, maybe.
Yeah, can you go?
That's very scary.
You need to get out.
Hey, any of you guys want ginger ale?
Get the fuck out.
No ginger ale for Rashee Rice in prison. Well, it's jail, not
Definitely
prison.
not.
It's just jail. I mean, that's not a big deal for him. It's just a big deal for his career prospects.
Yeah, no, his career prospects are, well, although Henry Ruggs might have a career, maybe soon.
Well, his career prospects are tied to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. If he's on I'm not saying Rashee Rice is a bad player. I'm saying he's a perfect fit for that scheme, that system, that role. If you put him on the Raiders, Rashee Rice is 60% of what he is. He's not a versatile player. He can't beat fucking man. Like, he can't beat man on man. So that's an issue in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's not a true number one, I guess is what I would say.
No,
he's
not at all. Not at all. Definitely not. But here's the even bigger problem with that whole situation. The fact that Andy Reid gives him chance after chance after chance after chance because the Chiefs just can't draft a wide receiver to save their lives. They've tried. Believe me, they've tried. If they can get Rashee Rice off that field, they will. But, the fact that they've tried to get him off that field and replace him with different players and they just can't, he's been given chance after chance, and it's not helping. It's not working. And then he wants to be paid a boatload of money on top of it. The audacity of the guy, in a way. It's like, you're lucky you're seeing the field.
Both of my stacks just wave bye-bye to me.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So, no idea what to even do here, man. We're going to take Alec Pierce, and we're going to take Tucker Kraft. I don't like it. I want to DJ more Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, this is the most lightly stacked team I will have drafted in a long time.
Jalen Royals about to take his job. You know what? Jalen Royals does fit that mold. I think for me, Tyquan Thornton needs to be on people's radar. And I actually took Tyquan Thornton in the draft, my wife's draft I did earlier today, in the 20th round. And I also took Rashee Rice. I figured it was kind of a hedge there. But Tyquan Thornton was great last year. I mean, he's literally better than Xavier Worthy.
He is. Xavier Worthy is just like overhyped Jalen
He's just
Hyatt.
fast. That's it. I mean, I think he's better than Jalen Hyatt because Jalen Hyatt's like literally like the worst player we've seen in the NFL in the last 10 years. But
maybe
with draft
just
capital,
maybe he might be. Hold on. Jamarcus Russell. No. Jamarcus Russell was more than 10 years ago. I'm sorry. That's right.
Yeah, I can't put quarterbacks in that conversation because there's so many more things that go into it. But Jamarcus Russell never gave himself a shot. Johnny Manziel never gave himself a shot. Like they gave up. They got their money and they said, fuck it. There goes Tony Pollard. But no, Jamarcus Russell is probably the biggest draft bust ever for many reasons. He was also 280 pounds.
Yeah, that too. He weighs more. He weighed. Yeah, he weighed more than I did. Way more than more than I did. Like halfway through my diet journey.
Mouth, he could throw a football 80 yards from his knees, though. You heard that, right? That
Yeah,
doesn't
I
really
heard that.
translate to NFL ball, but he was on his knees a lot.
No. Well, yeah, breathing heavily. You know, I don't think that counts. And let's see. It is my pick. And oh yeah, the new starting running back for Jacksonville, guys. By the way, just letting you all know, it is
LaQuint Allen.
Chris Rodriguez.
Ooh, right off before you. Yeah, he's gonna start screaming up draft boards. Oh shit! Apparently, Jamarcus Russell could also suck a golf ball through a garden hose. That's a skill, man. That's a skill.
I thought he learned that when he was siphoning gasoline out of cars. That's apparently how he got. That's apparently how he got good at throwing footballs on his knees.
What a wacky situation that was. Just a typical Raiders
God.
situation. Hey, at least they drafted an adult with Mendoza. We know at Mendoza, at the very least, he's a fucking adult.
Yes, he is actually an adult. We do believe that. I mean, he has Kirk
what are
Cousins
players
there.
in your? I got a question for you, Mouth. What are players in your draft you cannot leave without taking? I don't think there's any player that we can't, but what are some guys that you really feel upset about not having?
I'm not married to anybody. I mean, if I do like
Sam Laporta for you.
Yeah, I do like to try to leave with Sam Laporta because he's going to end up being tight end one. He is with Drew Petzing, the one guy who made Trey McBride tight end one last year. That's why Trey McBride's going to fall off. That's why you're seeing slowly but surely Brock Bowers is climbing up draft boards. It's not Trey McBride at one anymore. It's Brock Bowers because Mr. Tight End spammer Petzing has moved to Detroit. So I think you're going to see a lot of passes go to the direction of Sam Laporta, and he's going to have a season more like his rookie season. He's going to end up being tight end one if he's healthy.
Mine is probably going to be Blake Corum. You know my Blake Corum love. Smooth, you should hop over to the YouTube, Professional Fanatics, get in the chat here so you can see everyone else's chat. Mine's probably Blake Corum. I think that's probably the answer. Man, I don't like the way this has fallen at all. There is Cortland Sutton would be a fine pick. Ugh, gross. Someone took Gainwell. It was Dakota. There goes Cortland Sutton. So I'm just sitting here with back-to-back picks without anyone to take. Chris Godwin, I guess. This is rough, brother.
This is god awful. Ugh.
Let's take the upside shot with George Kittle. Sorry, whoever has Brock Purdy. I apologize. And all right, that'll set us up there. You think Love will not live up to his expectations because of the crowded backfield? That's pretty accurate. I mean, they're going to move on from Trey Benson and or James Conner.
It's
probably Trey Benson. It doesn't matter because it's still going to be the Bijan situation, and Bijan's been awesome in fantasy because it's Bijan Robinson. The touchdown stuff with Algier was rough last year. I mean, then he's just not going to get the volume Bijan gets. I'm sorry. He's not his rookie year. He's much more of a Jahmyr Gibbs level player. You saw Jahmyr Gibbs average, 15 touches a game his rookie year? That's not enough.
God, left it running.
Just search Smooth. Just go to your YouTube thing and just search Professional Fanatics. Make sure you have a space in it. You want to hop on over.
This is terrible, pathetic, horrible.
That's her. Yeah, we talked about Rashee Rice. It's just silly, man. I'm still in. If the price goes low enough, I'm in. But as of now, for these best balls, Dynasty we're drafting right now, especially, we have no idea. I'm expecting a 4-game suspension. Who fucking knows? But I think 4 games minimum And there's a chance the team brings in Stephon Diggs now. And now if you bring in Diggs, you bring in Debo, you bring in somebody else, like that's just not going to help the situation. Let's see. I can't believe that game went to overtime. I saw that Cleveland was whooping their ass, and I just didn't see anything else.
And they went to OT, and the Knicks
The Knicks still cover. Like, they cover every game. Like, they were about to lose the game. They would have won by 1 or 2 or whatever, and they end up covering because of OT. It's just been – I got to bet Cleveland next game, right, to cover. Like, there's just no way the Knicks are going to blow them out again.
Yep.
Dakota, what were your top 5 rankings for Dynasty 1 quarterback PPR? Essentially what we just did. It's the normal rankings. I would have it at Jamar Chase 1, Gibbs 2, Bijan 3, Puka 4, and JSN 5. But the top 3 are all interchangeable. Honestly, if you want a running back, like I feel like the top 3 are a tier above, and then Puka's kind of right there, and I put JSN in a separate tier. Although I love JSN, I just don't think he's up there with the other 4 guys. Mal, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. What we just did, I was going off of the sleeper ADPs, which was silly. Then once I figured out exactly what you guys were doing, I went over, checked a whole bunch of places, saw where the ADPs were, and looking at Dynasty, looking at where the Dynasty ADPs are, judging by where I think the players are and how long I think their careers are going to be, what you said and what we actually drafted does sort of make sense. And the QBs, I would say so. Like in general, like if you're talking 4 per touchdown, yeah, that makes sense.
Let's see. Where can Trey Benson land if they trade him? They're not going to trade him because no one's going to want him. They're probably going to drop him. The spot for Trey Benson that makes sense for all parties, whether it's a trade or release, is the Packers, because they have nothing behind Josh Jacobs, who's a dinosaur and injury riddled. And Trey Benson's actually a really good pass catcher. So he complements Josh Jacobs well as the fact that Trey Benson's 220 pounds, former, 3rd pick of the 3rd round 2 years ago. Dude has high draft capital. He hasn't really ever got a shot. That's the spot. That's where we want Trey Benson to go. I wouldn't love that for Josh Jacobs, though, because Josh Jacobs right now is living on volume alone.
Yep. Trey Benson to the Packers makes a lot of sense because he could actually, an injury to Jacobs and maybe Benson challenges. But we've said that an injury to Connor and Benson challenges, an injury to this one and Benson challenges. And whenever Benson got on the field, he was very unremarkable.
Ooh, look at that. Got my boy, Xavier Worthy. You guys know I've been drafting a lot of Xavier Worthy, right? So, like, I'm at, 25% Xavier Worthy. And that's looking really good right now.
As much crap as we've been talking about him, yes. Draft him in best ball.
Xavier Worthy's a best ball player, right? And, I don't care how bad he is. There's no way Rasheed Rice gets re-signed, right, from Hetzer. There's a way. It's because he plays in the Chiefs. And the Chiefs are fucking idiots that, they brought in Kareem Hunt again. They don't care about legal stuff, but he shouldn't get re-signed for the money he wants.
They don't care about legality, skill, any of it. If you fit the Andy Reid vibe, you're on. I think that's kind of how it goes. Let me check bye weeks. I'm drafting this team, and bye weeks really just have not mattered to me at all. Okay, I'm not.
We're going to NFC. We start with the AFC South. We're doing NFC South next week. Then we're going to go back to AFC North. Then we'll go NFC North. So we're going to go division by division that way. Corey says, is Josh Allen the only quarterback who justifies an early round pick in fantasy, or are there other exceptions? I like where they're all going. Josh Allen goes in the mid-3rd. That's a fair pick. I don't love it. I don't go quarterback that early. I much prefer Lamar Jackson in the early 5th. The round and a half discounts on Lamar Jackson and possibly an FU season. He does every other year, Mouth. It's MVP season. So this is the last gasp for Lamar at his prime. And I'm not saying I love that either. I love the depth late at quarterback, but in redraft, I'm more inclined to take a quarterback early because I can't just best ball stack them, right? So I don't know. I'm not into Drake May's ADP. Jaden Daniels, you could sell me on. Caleb Williams too high. Trevor Lawrence too high. Jalen Hurts I'm into. So I'm not into a lot of the guys. So it's 50-50 for me.
I mean, the only problem that, like, in redraft right now this year, drafting quarterback high seems pretty silly, especially when you've got you got Burrow coming back, you got Caleb Williams advancing another year. You have plenty of opportunity to move forward,
Patrick
get
Mahomes is going quarterback 12. That's just end
yeah,
of story, right? Like, I'm
yeah,
not saying I love the pick, but like you can wait to the 11th round to get Patrick Mahomes, and then you pair
yeah,
him with a Malik Willis or someone else that's high upside, or a Baker Mayfield, something like that. And like
yeah.
you're just gonna stack your roster elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. You really don't need to go. I mean, if a good quarterback falls like 5 or 6 spots below ADP, do it. There's no reason not to. But please don't just sit there and act as if, like, you have to reach to get a quarterback. This is not the year to go 5 or 10 spots to reach to get Lamar Jackson coming off of an injury, or a Joe Burrow coming off of an injury. This is not the year to grab the elite quarterbacks who, by the way, I did just mention they were coming off injuries, right? I'm pretty sure I mentioned that. Josh Allen, whether you realize it or not, coming off of an injury. So this is not the year to grab elite quarterbacks who are all coming off injuries, and not the year to reach for these guys. Wait. Just wait. Be patient. And I bet you a lot of your league mates are going to let them drop. If they drop 5 spots below ADP, grab them up then.
Yeah, just read the room. It's read the room, right? You don't want to be the first guy to take one. You do your tiers are huge for quarterbacks. Don't be the guy taking there's a tier of 4 quarterbacks. Don't take the first guy in the tier, because what if the next guy doesn't go for another round? You feel like a fool. Just wait. Dom
Yep.
says I take JSN over any receiver. The issue with JSN is the Seahawks defense is elite. Like, I know he's the only show in town. That's one good thing. The touchdowns are going to regress a little bit. Like, I love JSN, but like Jamar Chase has Joe Burrow. Like, Puka has Matt Stafford. Like, I'm sorry. Like, those are just better options. I want those guys. They have higher ceilings. Do you agree with that, Mouth, or am I a little wild here with that?
No, you're not wild. You're not wild. And once again, I wonder where the play action is going to come from in order for Sam Darnold to be able to boom the ball down the field to JSN. JSN is going to become more of a closer to the line of scrimmage, multiple catch merchant this year, rather than I'm going to catch 10 balls, have like a friggin' 7 point something yards per catch average, million touchdowns, 100 yards a game on like 7 catches, psychotic season that he had last year. No, because you don't have the running game to support that. You just don't.
Derek, we've all been getting sniped on our stacks and our picks. It's a pretty sharp room. We have 5 of us in here, so that's going to happen. Dom says Cowboys, Benson to Cowboys. That's the second best option, right? Benson to the Cowboys behind Javonte.
Yeah, you ride Javonte into the ground, let him get 1,000,000 carries a game, and then if Javonte gets hurt, you do the same thing to Benson.
But Packers have Marshawn Lloyd, who has completed his stem cell therapy and is ready to get injured again. The joke we have on this channel is Marshawn Lloyd gets hurt going to the grocery store. That guy I liked him. I liked him coming out of college too, and we have never seen him. He gets hurt in practice. He gets hurt when he's hurt. Like, he's on IR and he has like not even a setback. He has like a separate injury. It's
Listen,
really wild. It's like an Anthony Richardson like workout band situation.
Listen, I'm going to tell you, the guy has to get paid. The guy has to pay Christian McCaffrey to go find out who regrew his Achilles tendons and his thigh muscles in Germany. That's what Marshawn Lloyd needs to do. He needs to go pay Christian McCaffrey to send him to his leg doctors in Germany. Then we could maybe trust Marshawn Lloyd to run the football again. Until then, I don't trust it.
Yeah, it's over for him. Mouth, how you feeling about Malik Neighbors' cleanup surgery? Are you worried? Are you fine with it, or no need? You've been sounding the alarm before the cleanup surgery news came out.
Because I kind of knew about the knee and the potential for cleanup surgery and all that other stuff. It was just rumors though, and I wasn't gonna report speculation until I 10,000% knew the truth. But I
No,
had
no, you
heard.
reported speculation and you were right. You reported it. I mean,
I mean, I
you were the
reported,
one
but
telling
like
everyone.
I didn't. I was sounding the alarm on him and saying, he's hurt, he's hurt. His healing isn't going as well. But I knew it was knee. I heard something about potential surgery and like crap like that, but I didn't want to just go straight into like all of that until and then all this came out. So yeah. I would say week 3, week 4.
That's not good. That is not
No.
good. Guys, make sure if you're in here, you're subscribed. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're on here literally 7 days a week. I might take tomorrow off, but I think I've done 15 straight shows. We did 29 shows in April. We're on here 3 hours a night, essentially, during the football season, or even like starting in July, with 6 different co-hosts, drafting best balls. I draft all my redrafts on here, 35 redrafts, big money leagues. I draft on here. Join the community as well, but start off with a subscribe. Give us a chance. Watch the goddamn show. Listen to the personalities. Check out the community because these guys are also super sharp in here, and also just a really nice group of people that know how to take a joke, know how to fuck around, and they know ball. We all know ball. I am up now. What am I gonna do here?
Yep.
We're gonna
What
take
are
Ray
you?
Davis for sure, and then I think we need an upside receiver. There's nothing here though. I gotta take 2 running backs. I think. No, I don't take 2 running backs. I'm taking Ray Davis, and that's it. Done at running back. Let's take Brandon Ayuk. This is gross, but I need some more upside at wide receiver. Which running backs from Corey? Which running backs are being overdrafted because of name value? So I can go through the list here and some name value. So, man, I want to say James Cook. It's not even name value, but like it just can't keep up. They got to use Ray Davis, but I'm not going to use that. Devin A-Chain, I think, just because I think people are looking at not so much name value, but what he's done. And now they have Malik Willis. And I just think Devin A-Chain is getting shut down, guys. He's getting shut down week 14. So he's going to have a fine year. He might return value for the 14 weeks. What's the answer here? This is tough.
If you want to talk about an overdrafted player.
Oh, Bucky Irving.
Yeah.
The funny thing is I have James Cook and Bucky Irving on my team. I named both those guys. I have James Cook on my team because I have Josh Allen.
In redraft, here's the slogan. If you draft Bucky, you fucked.
Yeah, I see the upside of Bucky. The upside in Bucky's great. The reason it's great is if they go to a 2 running back committee, Bucky's going to smash his ADP. If Sean Tucker is involved, even like he was last year, which wasn't a lot of snaps, it was all the goal line work, Bucky's fucked. He's not returning value. So I think that's the main name is Bucky. That's getting overdrafted on name value. Travion Henderson is a guy that's getting overdrafted on name value. So those are the 2.
That's the most obvious answer in the world, though. But don't fucky with Bucky.
It's a really good one. Corey says, would you rather build around elite wide receivers early or balance running back depth? Man, I was for years. I was a wide receiver guy just because everyone was taking running backs. You got to zig when other people are zagging. Now everyone's going robust RB. So I think wide receiver in full PPR, wide receiver is probably the play this year. And then you get those mid-round running backs. You get your Breece Halls. You get those guys, David Montgomerys. I still like to take one running back in the first 2 picks personally. So I think balanced. The problem with going running back and wide receiver is now, especially if you're not in a deep league with like a lot of flexes, you're pigeonholed into reaching on guys for the position you need. If you go 1 and 1, now you can take best player available. And that's how I like to draft personally, because I just let the draft fall to me. When you go running back, if you force either of those early RB, wide receiver, you have to let the draft doesn't come to you anymore. You have to go wide receiver then, right? You can't take a 3rd running back for your first wide receiver. Not in PPR.
When I first started fantasy, I would always be like, I'm going to draft this player, or I'm going to draft like 2 running backs, or I'm going to draft this or that. Ever since I watched this channel, I learned that you have to let the board fall to you. Everybody's so concerned about you have to draft the wide receiver and you have to draft running backs because this is how you construct a team. That football is secondary to the numbers in the points game that you're playing. If you notice that everybody's zigging, you got to zag and you got to take what the board is giving you. If the board is giving you value at certain places, you take it and then you get value at other places. That's how you beat the people that are drafting against you. You see, I spent this entire draft. I would love to have stacked earlier with my quarterbacks, but unfortunately, I was unable to because the board did not let me do so. Other people would reach for stacks. Other people would just run and just try to grab the best stack they could. But, even though I made mistakes, for example, like I drafted 2 quarterbacks with the same bye week, I had to adjust and get another quarterback. But I had
I
to
just got
keep
fucked on Jake
drafting.
Tunges. I was because I was hosting and not paying attention. I didn't realize the guy at 2 has Brock Purdy and didn't have a tight end, so he took Jake Tunges at 215. I should have taken him at 193 because I took George Kittle. That's on
Yep.
me though. Hetcher's worried about Puka getting suspended. Don't worry about the suspension with Puka. He has to do something else to get suspended. This stuff's already over with. He went to rehab, quote unquote.
Yeah.
He's fine. Don't worry. This is not a Rashid Rice situation. He is a wild character though, but it's the injury stuff with Puka for sure. Who should be drafted first, Bijan or Gibbs in full PPR, Mouth?
Full PPR. Bijan, and I don't know why, but for some reason Gibbs has not shown the ability to catch the football. For some reason,
not at the volume that Bijan has.
right. So
And he
I would
does
still
drop a
say
lot of passes. It's Gibbs for me, and it's just this. It's this simple. It's what is the upside for the Falcons offense? Top 12, top 15, maybe. What is the upside for the Lions offense? It's number 1 because right now they're currently projected to score the most points. Every year they're top 5. I'm taking the running back in the better offense by a mile. And Jahmyr Gibbs has been a top 3 running back since he's came in the league with David Montgomery there. David Montgomery's gone. Now you could say Tyler Allgeier's gone, but Brian Robinson's no slouch. I feel like it's not that big of a drop off. Like losing Montgomery to Pacheco is a major drop off. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs, and it's not really that close for me. As much as I think Bijan is less risk to get injured, like Gibbs has played most of his games. He hasn't been hurt. Bijan hasn't been hurt ever. High school, college, you name it. I'm going for a league winner, and the league winner is Jahmyr Gibbs. If there's any guy that can have 2,000 total yards and 25 touchdowns, or 2,500 total yards and 25 touchdowns, it's Jahmyr Gibbs. It's not Bijan. Bijan's probably the safer pick, though.
I mean, Bijan's going to be there every game, so that does help me feel a lot more confident in him getting 2,000 yards.
We're taking Keon Coleman, boys. Hey-oh. Let's go do a couple questions before we get to draft grades here. Derrick Henry's not human, Hatcher. We're never worried about Derrick Henry. I've been saying it for 3 years. Derrick Henry's a mutant. He's not a human being. Not worried about him at all. Let's see. I can see the Jonathan Taylor thing makes sense because that offense is going to be way worse and that defense is going to be bad. But what I liked about Jonathan Taylor last year, guys, was Jonathan Taylor was catching the ball with Daniel Jones playing quarterback, and he's going to be their entire offense. Now, his upside probably isn't what the other guys are we were talking about, but Jonathan Taylor is going to be just fine. Now, going in the mid first, end of the first is a little rich, but we want Jonathan Taylor over James Cook, right?
Yeah,
I do.
For sure. I want Jonathan Taylor over James Cook because Daniel Jones did something for Jonathan Taylor that I don't think people recognize. He activated a catching game that most people have not seen from Jonathan Taylor. When Daniel Jones was the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts, Jonathan Taylor was averaging 3 to 4 catches a game. That was something you hadn't seen from Jonathan Taylor before. I want Jonathan Taylor all damn day long.
Same. Last major prime year from JT as well. Corey, what draft position is best in a 12-team PPR? I would say number 3 is the best because you either get Chase, Gibbs, or Bijan. That's probably the best pick. Top 5, and if I don't get top 5, I kind of want to be in the back half. Not necessarily 12. I want to be like 10 or 11, I feel like.
Yeah. That sounds pretty good. Yeah. I'm so glad I'm back in like the normal hosting screen instead of just half and half on the Underdog and the Underdog screen and then the regular screen. Like I can actually see everything now. I can actually see the comments. It's great.
Dom, Henry, maybe he's watched now, but Henry's film last year was 90% of prime Tennessee Henry film. Any issue with Henry last year was usage and him being taken off the field. But
and
like,
offensive
go back
line.
and watch that. Just go back and watch the Packers game week 16 where he had 3 touchdowns and 200 yards. Like that was Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is always the same player.
Bro, it's
slow
the
acceleration, no agility, but it's Derrick Henry. Like the dude is, maybe this is the year he falls off, but like I've also heard this from people the last 3 seasons, and I'm always just like, no. And he's not Saquon Barkley. He's not Josh Jacobs. He's not Joe Mixon. Those guys are different level talents. Like Saquon's an all-time talent, but Saquon relies on his agility. Derrick Henry never relies on his agility. He just runs through you and runs around you because he's super fucking fast for his size.
Correct. And last year, the O-line really did Derrick Henry dirty. So even with a diminished O-line, he had a great season. So a lot of the bad film that you see and a lot of the Derrick Henry looks washed was more bad O-line play and him getting hit behind the line of scrimmage like he was in Tennessee. He was having Titans.
We got Mark in here. Mark, what's up? Shout out Mark, OG of the channel. Let me hear your thoughts on me taking Justin Jefferson at 6 in our Dynasty League today. We're going to slow draft right now, the startup league, the Professional Fanatics, the first league of its kind. I like it, man. I thought he'd fall later than that, but it's Justin Jefferson. What is he, 26 years old? Like Justin, like here's my argument for Justin Jefferson is it's one name, Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is 34 now. He's been just fine these last 8 years from 26 on. Justin Jefferson is Devontae Adams and possibly a more, not even possibly. He's a better player than Devontae Adams was.
Yep. That's absolutely correct. And I think he'll have, I don't mind that pick at all. And I think I know what numbers Mr. Mark was looking at for
Jonathan. You're right. The O-line probably has gotten a little worse, at least up the middle, losing Linderbaum, but the offense as a whole will be better. So I think that's going to be a wash, right? Lamar's threat of the run on the RPO is so dangerous with Derrick Henry. And they didn't, the back half of the year after week 3, they didn't have that. So Derrick Henry didn't have that the defense wasn't threatened by Lamar. So they were all focused on Derrick Henry. That's not going to be the case this year.
But has Lamar lost a step? That's the question.
No, maybe a half step, but the decline is not going to be for 2 years. No, I don't think so. Let's get to draft grades, guys. Keep on getting your comments in. After we do draft grades, Mouth has to go record Downtown Sports, guys. Go check out his program, Downtown Sports. Link in the description.
We got to talk about a psychotic Knicks game that took place tonight. We have to talk about a psychotic Knicks game that took place tonight. We have to talk about a psychotic dynasty draft that is taking place tonight. There will be a little bit of mention on that on Downtown Sports as well. So,
damn straight there will be. Also, if you're new to this channel, obviously subscribe, check out the pods, check out the shows, the awesome guests, the awesome community. I want to shout out to our Patreon members in here. All you guys are amazing. A lot of good perks. If you want to join the community, gentlemen, get the Discord, play fantasy leagues with us, come on the show as a guest, free merchandise giveaways, access to the early plays, guys, the early bets. These are all player props. We were 96-58 last year, and every other year. We have not had a losing year since the channel started. So we just print money up in this bitch.
We
print it out.
Money.
Printed.
Where fantasy becomes currency.
There it is. That's the slogan, professionalfanatics.com, or link in the description for that. And also, real quick, before we do draft grades, anyone that's in there and wants to get a little bit of free money, refer a friend, get them in the community, and you're going to get a free month or 10% off the redraft league of your choosing. So I'm going to give the money back to you for getting people into this community. Ready for draft grades, Mouth? We're going to start with
hell yeah.
We're going to start with Keith's team, Super Beasts. This is you, right, Keith?
It's Super Beast. Well, actually, no.
Jackson
the Beast
Dart.
of the East is the Super Beast, but we're going to see. Is he a Super
Jackson
Beast?
Dart, Tyler Shuck, Daniel Jones, pretty well-rounded there. McCaffrey, Chase Brown, Cam Scatterbo, Stevenson, Tracy, and Emmett Johnson. Fucking love that running back room. Roman Dunze, Parker Washington, Stephon Diggs, Denzel Boston, Jeremy Bernard, Malachi Fields, Darnell Mooney, and Bryce Lance with Laporta, Isaiah Likely, and Jawan Johnson. This is Mal, you must like this team. I know, but you do build teams like this.
Yes, I do.
It's you like Denzel Boston, you like Jeremy Bernard.
I do.
Malachi Fields is nice, so you have some stacks there. He went in on the Giants, and this is a team that's going to play well. If the neighbor's injury is an issue, like a major issue, this team is deadly because Fields and Mooney will be really good. If not, and also let's just Stephon Diggs is going somewhere. He's going to be playing ball this year, and that's a big. This is an aggressive team. Because Parker Washington
he was cleared of all of those charges, so he is not facing any disciplinary action. He will be signing somewhere, and in fact, the Patriots are a possibility. He could resign, so that's not out of the realm possibility. He could return to New England. So imagine AJ Brown and Stephon Diggs.
So I have issues with this team, but I will say this in this format. I've been saying since the beginning of Superflex: 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex, 1 Superflex.
Yep.
This is going to be a two wide receiver build. Like he's not going to be starting 3 wide receivers in this team, so you're going to get away with it because Isaiah Likely can play the flex. Jawan Johnson stacked up as well. Sam Laporta is a fine tight end 1, and your number 3 is Cam Scatterbo. So like that's gonna be a flex. Yeah. Stevenson will be a flex. I think Tyrone Tracy can be a flex. This is really heavy on the Giants. That's actually not. It's too heavy on the Giants, but I'm gonna give this one a solid B just because I like the construction of the team. And the wide receivers are lacking, but at least you have 8 of them. If you had 7, it wouldn't work.
Yeah,
you have 8 of them, and these guys might pop off. You only need to start 2 with this build.
I mean, you stacked, but you stacked the Giants. You're relying on Matt Nagy. Oh, good Lord. But you know what? I'm not going to fault you on that. Most people would not. Yeah, I want to agree with them. No, I B plus. Actually, I'm going to give it a B plus because once you see my running back room, you're going to understand why I give it a B plus. My team is not.
B-. I got to downgrade to B- just because the wide receiver issue, and it's all in the Giants. Work out, super aggressive. We have a lot of season here. Mouse B plus.
What is your grade? No, B minus. I'm sorry, I can't get over how over Giants it is.
It's going to be a really, really rare build though. There's not we see a lot of these teams. It's seems pretty common. Nobody is at building a team like this. A giant stack. You have a guy like Bryce Lance in your team. This is a unique team.
This is a team, though. How will I put this? This is either going to be last place or win $500,000. Does that make sense?
Yeah, McCaffrey, Chase Brown, Cam Scatterbo is nice, and I do like the quarterback. So let's move on to your team, Mouth. Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, stand by, and Geno Smith. Guys, I'm going to get to all the comments after this. Mouth has to take off to record downtown. I'll get to the comments here after I get done with this one. Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith for quarterback. We have Chuba Hubbard, Rashad White, Tyler Algier, Alvin Kamara, Emmanuel Wilson, and Braylon Allen. JSN, Devonta Smith, Lad McConkey, Mekhi Lemon, Quentin Johnston, Jalen Coker, Ted Hurst, Adonai Mitchell, and Datavian Wicks with Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. Love the tight end room. Mouth, why did you go 9 receivers in this build? This needs to be a 7 running back team.
Because I couldn't find the 7th running back.
Yeah, because there was nobody left.
Because when the board just doesn't give you 7 running backs, you take 6.
Yeah, Rashad White should give you some decent floor. This is the opposite of that team where this is a 3 receiver team. You're starting 3 receivers, you're starting a receiver in your flex, or you're starting Kyle Pitts in your flex. So you only need to come up with 2 running backs. Unfortunately, your number 1 is Chuba Hubbard. If you had a guy like Saquon Barkley or something like that, I'd be more, or Derrick Henry even. It'd be different.
I would have had a Saquon Barkley if a certain guy that I was hosting the show with, didn't just go snatchies. It's okay.
B minus, C minus.
Yeah, this was not my best work.
If Alvin Kamara comes back to the Saints, I think he's going to have a role. I do like the Emmanuel Wilson pick because he's a guy that can give you some early season stability. It's not going to be great, But I project him to be the starting running back there in Seattle, whatever that means, 50%, snap share. And then Braylon Allen, you got some high.
Me
I think
too.
Braylon Allen's a nice pick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go C+ just because the build. And I just don't. I know you stack with
agree.
Adonai Mitchell and Dontavian Wicks and those guys. I like some of the receivers you have. There's just too many receivers when you have Ladd as your 3 and Devontae as your 2. Like you just need another running back. If you had Blake Corum or if you had
Sean
even
Tucker
Kenneth
got
Gainwell,
grabbed.
right?
Sean Tucker got grabbed. Gainwell got grabbed. Everybody who I wanted at running back got grabbed. So
Well, it was a sharp room. We had 5 of us in here, and you were
Yeah,
around
so-
all the big guys.
yeah.
So
So I
we're gonna go over
I
to-
adjusted and I did what I could.
You did. Derek's team here. Dak
Sometimes
Prescott,
it
Sam
bees like that.
Darnold.
Sometimes it bees like that.
This is an 8 running back team, guys. So Dak Prescott, Sam Darnold, Hampton, Montgomery, Chris Rodriguez, Woody Marks, Isaiah Pacheco, Tank Bigsby, Kalon Black, and James Conner. Puka, A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams, Michael Wilson, Rashid Shaheed, Calvin Ridley, and Torrey Horton with Warren, Andrews, and Gunnar Helm. I like the tight end room a lot. Quarterback room is fine.
It's okay.
8 running backs is just an issue. It's
Yeah.
just an issue.
You see, because there was my 7th running back.
Yeah,
It went
there
there.
it is. Right there.
No, do you know whose
you like
team you
this
need to
team,
check
though.
out before I sign off? You need to look at Rastafari's team because I swear to the Rastafars, I swear to God, that team is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
So he didn't take his 3rd running back though until pick 106. So that kind of makes sense. I
Yeah.
feel like 8's still a little heavy. But his
Yeah.
top 3 receivers, Michael Wilson is your 4 is fine. Devontae Adams, AJ Brown, Puka Nacua. And what is the stacking here? Dak is stacked with nobody. Sam Darnold is stacked with Shaheed and Torrey Horton.
Yeah, because everybody was taking everybody's stats. Like,
Yeah. I'm gonna go B- in this team. I'm gonna penalize it again. B- is fine, just because 8 running backs. I wish you had a 3rd quarterback. Even a guy like Carson Beck, right, over James Conner. I don't know if he was still available. I don't want to go back and look that up. But Michael Wilson, your 4 is nice. I love Shaheed and best ball, especially paired up with Sam Darnold. Shaheed and Xavier Worthy are 2 of my favorite best ball picks. And
Carson Beck turns this team into a B+ to an A-. Honestly,
over James Conner, yeah. So
yeah.
A-. Dom loves his team. B- from Dakota. Dom, why do you love this team so much? I'm going to move on to Dakota's team here. Guys, get in the community, draft with us. We'll do draft grades. If you're in the community, we do draft grades in all these drafts with us. Also, in the Discord, you can post all your rosters, your teams, trades, dynasty stuff, best balls. That's what we do around here. I'm always on there.
The beast of the East is calling through. I actually got to cut out. Downtown Sports comes a calling, so
he's cutting out.
It's
I'll
Mouth.
take care of the rest. Thanks, buddy.
It's Mouth. We out. Thanks for listening.
Guys, Thursday also, we're going to have Mike Story on. We're doing the NFC South division preview, fantasy division preview, AFC South, or NFC South. So let's get on to Dakota's team here. Jaden Daniels, Trevor Lawrence, Fernando Mendoza, Derrick Henry, Travis Etienne, Blake Corum, Kenneth Gainwell, Caleb Johnson. I love this running back room. I love the quarterback room. Drake London, Terry McLaurin, Marvin Harrison, Jordan Addison, Casey Concepcion, Romeo Doubs, Travis Hunter, Jerry Jeudy, and Luke McCaffrey. Deep shot there. Brenton Strange, Eli Stowers, and Greg Dulcich. You know what? As crazy as this sounds, Dakota, I think the Greg Dulcich pick saved your tight end room because he's going to get some work. As long as they don't bring in, there's no one else to really bring in. Tight end room is rough, but you have 3 of them, and Dulcich is fine. I like the 9 receivers because Marvin is fine. You don't even really need 9. Jordan Addison's a fine 4, but your running back room is fine. Kenneth Gainwell is a great 4. I love Blake Corum as your 3, and you have 2 stalwarts there. So, man, this is the best team we've had. So I'm going to go A- with this team. Jaden Daniels stacked with Terry McLaurin and Luke McCaffrey. Trevor Lawrence is stacked with Travis Hunter and Brenton Strange. And Mendoza is stacked with, am I not seeing anybody? With nobody. This is a good team. This is an A- team. Do you guys all agree with that? This team's fucking good. Very good team. Best team so far. Best constructed team so far. I don't really have any nits to pick with this team. I love Caleb Johnson as an X Factor 5. You didn't even need it. I mean, you couldn't roll with 4, but that's a nice one to go. Yeah, that's why you took Mendoza. What's the bye week, Dakota? What bye week do they have? Hold on, I can look. Bye week 7. I would hope Mendoza's playing. Okay, good call. Because of that, I'll go B+, but it's one of these things where I'm grading these teams for like their ability to win the tournament, right? And like advance. It's gonna hurt your advancement rate having the buys the same in the Superflex, but it's a really good team. This is the best team so far. Let's go to my squad here. Josh Allen, CJ Stroud, Jacoby Brissett, James Cook, Saquon Barkley, Bucky Irving, Dylan Sampson, and Ray Davis. Nico Collins, Alec Pierce, Chris Godwin, Xavier Worthy, Khalil Shakir, Jalen McMillan, Brandon Ayuk, Tank Dell, and Keon Coleman with Tucker Kraft, George Kittle, and Terrence Ferguson. So in terms of stacks, we have Josh Allen with James Cook. We have Josh Allen with Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman. So we have 4 options there for Josh Allen. CJ Stroud is paired with Nico Collins and Tank Dell. And we have Jacoby Brissett unstacked. I needed a third quarterback there. I guess I didn't really need one. I wanted some security. I feel like the running back room is fine with I'm not a big Bucky fan. Got him 7 picks after ADP. I love Sampson, guys. I'm a big Sampson guy. It's not just because I want to play the clip, but we all want to talk to Sampson.
I want to talk to Sampson. Fly me to the moon like that bitch out of Cram.
Oh, wide receivers are rough. Alec Pierce is a 2. Chris Godwin is a 3. I don't love that. Even Worthy is a 4, but I have 9 of them, I suppose. I like McMillan. Ayuk's an X factor. I think the construction of this team is an A in terms of how I constructed it. Now, the players, that's up to you guys. What do you guys have for a grade for this squad? Quarterbacks are okay. Don't love CJ Stroud. The reason I took a third quarterback with Josh Allen is because CJ Stroud is just kind of a floor play. But it is decent enough. A lot of receivers. This is a big receiver room, a pretty bag of dick receiver room. Construction is an A. Thank you, Dom. This is probably a solid B. I think this is probably a solid B. I wanted Tunges. If I got Tunges in this team, that would change it a lot for me because I would have such good security at tight end. And it fucking sucks. I wasn't paying attention. I took Ayuk and I figured I'd get him back, but the guy right in front of me with the 2 slot had Brock Purdy and no tight end. So that was on me. I love Alec Pierce, though. Alec Pierce is the best ball guy. As a 2, though, I would give you that. Alec Pierce as a 2 is bad. I don't know. I think Godwin is boring. Worthy, though. Godwin and Shakir are boring. Worthy and McMillan are big play guys. Tank Dell is an X factor. Keon Coleman's probably a nothing. Thank you. B to B plus from Keith. B minus from Mouth. B from Dakota. A minus from MVP. I think Dakota probably still had the best team, but I'm relatively happy with this team. Yeah, it's dangerous in a bad way, but at least I took 9. Like this is the biggest way we can win best ball is understanding our weaknesses when we're drafting, right? Our positional weaknesses and addressing those at the late rounds. Whether they're right or wrong picks, right? Brandon Ayuk might be a nothing, but he might be a wide receiver 3. Tank Dell, I have CJ Stroud, worth a shot there. And Keon Coleman, I mean, I don't want to talk about Keon Coleman, but anyways, let's go full screen here. I'm going to answer everyone's questions that I have missed on. So we'll go full screen here for you guys. And we're going to get to some questions. Sorry, we're a little behind here. Hopefully you guys stuck around. Again, I'm probably taking tomorrow night off, but Thursday we're going to have Mike Story on for the NFC South preview. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I will be live. I'm live every fucking night. I might just take tomorrow off. We'll see. Sometimes I change that, but shout out to Mouth, guys. Thanks for watching Off the Downtown Sports, guys. We'll post that in the description. If you're not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? You should do that. Also, give Downtown a look. They're on YouTube. They're on 23 platforms. That is our partner podcast here, and Mouth does a great job. We appreciate Mouth as always. Let's see where we're at in the comments. We're way back here. Henry had 1,500 yards rushing last year. Wild as hell that he had that. Corey, Devonta Smith will be a league winner once A.J. Brown is traded, and he will be traded. I've been drafting Devonta Smith since we started these best ball drafts 2 months ago, well ahead of ADP, assuming he's going to be traded. And Story always references the future markets all have a 95%, roughly 95% chance that he gets traded. So it's not only he's going to get traded, we know he's going to go to the Patriots. I would say 90% chance he goes to the Patriots, and then maybe there's a team that jumps in there to get A.J. Brown, but it's probably going to be A.J. Brown to the Patriots. I love Caleb over Stafford as well. Odunze is 1,200, 10 touchdowns, 80 catches. I hope so. You know what? Odunze was on pace for that, Dom, before the stress fracture in his foot. I'm from Chicago. He still was not playing well last year. Odunze's film was not great. Even when he was performing well for fantasy, he was dropping passes. Former top 10 pick, though, and super young still. Really, really good character guy, too. I think he's going to put the work in. I'm not worried about his injury long term. The Spurs, man. Derek, your Spurs. This is a new era we're in the NBA. The West is such young teams that are just, they both still have future picks. It's wild. And the East is doable. Unfortunately, I have to face one of those teams in the finals for years to come. Man, I like Odunze more just at cost because he goes 10 to 12 picks later. So at value. In a vacuum, Mark, who do I like more, Odunze or Burden? It's a wash for me. If I had 10 drafts and I wanted to take one of these guys, I would take 5 and 5 in a vacuum, not even at cost, because Odunze is the higher floor play. I know what his role in the offense is. Luther Burden's the upside shot, right? He is the upside shot, and he's a younger player. He's got more juice. In a vacuum, I'm still taking Odunze.
Yeah, well, Mom also said for you to stop sticking your dick in the vacuum cleaner.
Hello? Hello? I said don't disturb you, I'm cleaning my room!
Dakota, I hope the Bucks don't take Diggs, man. Like, they already had like Ted Hurst. I love Ted Hurst. I have high hopes for McMillan. Chris Godwin's going to be such a sneaky pick in the 9th round of PPR. Like, no way. I hope they don't take Diggs. We appreciate you, Keith. I think I have a clip for you. I don't know if I've played this yet. It's if you're a Seinfeld fan. He doesn't have a line. Mr. Keith Hernandez.
With all these ball clubs flying around all season, wouldn't you think there'd be a plane crash? But think about it. 26 teams, 162 games a season. You would think eventually an entire team would just get wiped out.
Keith Hernandez right there. Dom, Scat is going to be hurt. Dart will be hurt. Running backs look good, and I love Rome Odunze. I'm huge into Tyrone Tracy. I have been since he came out. He's been a value. Besides the fumbling issue that got him benched his rookie year. Loved his film at Purdue. He's a underrated in between the tackles runner. So I like Tyrone Tracy. I still kind of like Scatabo. We'll see how the medicals look closer to the season. And Jackson Dart has to scramble less, or at least get out of bounds and get down. But we'll see, man. I know a lot of that was Brian Daboll, who just loves his court. He doesn't care about anyone's health, including his own, because he's 280 pounds, that fat piece of shit. I'm not one to talk. I'm just saying, Brian Daboll, you're getting up there in age. You should probably check your heart out because you're going to have a heart attack. And also, maybe don't go in the tent and bother the doctors when your franchise quarterback who's 22 years old is getting evaluated for a concussion. Not a good look. Not a good look. Okay. In general, don't you need 3 quarterbacks usually to be competitive? Educate me. So in terms of advancement rate, 3 quarterbacks advance more. 3 quarterback teams in a Superflex advance more. In terms of like winning big bucks, the 2 quarterback teams actually win the most money, because if you can select the right 2 quarterbacks, specifically like an early round guy and a mid to late round guy. When I say mid to late round, like 6th or 7th round guy, a guy going in quarterback 18 to 20. And those guys get you to the playoffs, and they have big weeks. The rest of your team's gonna be more stacked. So 3 quarterbacks is a safe play. You see a lot of guys go quarterback. Those teams will never win, I promise you, because there's gonna be teams that hit on if Mendoza goes off, or one of these late round guys, Cam Ward, Bryce Young, that are just gonna have way more firepower. So I prefer 3 quarterbacks, but my 3rd quarterback needs to be a Jacoby Brissett, a Geno Smith, something like that. I'm not taking a 3rd guy in the 4th round. So traditionally, though, if you want to play aggressive, you want to play to win these fucking tournaments, it's risky. 2 quarterbacks is the way to go. And I prefer going quarterback. If you're going to do 2 quarterbacks, it's quarterback. Take Jalen Hurts and Caleb Williams. Take Dak Prescott and Caleb Williams, and then just roll with those guys. And the rest of your roster is going to be so stacked that when that quarterback has a bye, or even if they have a bad game, you might have a wide receiver or running back that can fill that super flex and actually still give you 24 points. So that's the upside, that it's not – you don't need 3 quarterbacks because it's a super flex, not a 2 quarterback league. And it's half PPR, right? So, and it's only 4 for a passing touchdown. Quarterbacks don't score that much. Now, if it was a 6 for a passing touchdown, totally different story. You need to always have a quarterback in your Superflex. But I prefer the security of, it's almost like the Tommy Boy clip where he's like, my customers need a guarantee on the box. It makes them feel all warm and fuzzy inside. 3 quarterbacks make you feel warm and fuzzy. I totally understand that. I am much more going to play more aggressive, and I'm fine with taking 2 quarterbacks I think they're the right 2 quarterbacks. And you don't want to do that if you have injury-prone quarterbacks, right? If you have guys like Jackson Dart, I don't want to roll with a 2-quarterback team with Jackson Dart. He's definitely missing a couple games with concussions this year. That's my personal prediction, but I think that kind of showed up on the field. All right. All these are draft grades. Rams might jump on A.J. Brown. I mean, here's the problem with that is if the Eagles are a smart organization, I know they're not in the same division, but like you can't give A.J. Brown to your competition because now you're going to throw A.J. Brown out there with Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua and all those tight ends are running out there with good running back room. You can't do it. Like, especially for a future pick, you got to trade him to the AFC. You just have to. That's the Eagles are already in a kind of a rough spot. I think they have a chance. But if they're just going to make their team worse, and it might not be worse, I think it might be addition by subtraction, but A.J. Brown is still their best receiver. Devonta Smith's close, but you're not improving without A.J. Brown talent-wise. You're just going to put him on a team that's a win-now team. A.J. Brown's going to be pissed and hungry. No way. It's got to be an AFC team. But if I'm in the Rams, I'm jumping on that all day. I'm trading a first and a third, possibly, because this is a win-now situation. And that would lock them up, bro, with Matt Stafford throwing the ball to A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams, and Puka Nacua. Like, that also gives you insurance for Puka, who gets hurt a lot. Like, if Adams gets hurt, if Puka gets hurt, if A.J. Brown gets hurt, it doesn't matter. You still have 2 studs. So, yeah, we can't have that. We can't have that. Thoughts on Ted McMillan this season and long-term? Man, I was not a big Ted guy coming out of college. Somewhat impressive film as a rookie. They didn't bring a lot in, right? I'm not a Chris Brazzell guy. Chris Brazzell is awful. He's a Tennessee receiver. I have no worry about Chris Brazzell taking any work. So it's Jalen Coker and Ted McMillan, and they didn't address the tight end room. They have Chuba Hubbard at running back. So like the volume and the role in the offense is super elite. He's a pretty elite player, super young guy. So this season, I like him at cost. It's going to be about early 4th, end of 3rd round. Does seem a bit aggressive, but it's like, would you rather have him or Garrett Wilson, right? Like Garrett Wilson's a better talent at this stage of their careers, but Garrett Wilson is on the Jets and there's a lot of mouths around him, right? Where Ted McMillan has pretty much the whole offense to himself. And I have some hope. Their schedule is really hard. So the Panthers have a really tough schedule. Their defense has improved. I have some hope for Bryce Young. I am in on Ted McMillan's ADP, and long-term, I love it. I absolutely love Ted McMillan long-term. More so for Dynasty than redraft. No problem, Keith. That's what I'm here for, my dude. Yes, Dakota, our Dynasty is full PPR, 6 for a passing touchdown. Yeah, Keith, in 2 quarterback leagues, that's why like leagues have gone away from 2 quarterbacks because it's especially in like a redraft where you have moves you can make, like teams can hoard quarterbacks. Like if people want to do that, and especially if it's full PPR, you can just start in a pinch. You could just start a wide receiver at Superflex. It's not the end of the world. But in a 2 quarterback league, there's only 32 of them. So if they're with buys and injuries, you can get totally screwed. I don't like playing fantasy like that. That's bullshit. It needs to be Superflex, not 2 quarterback. Because ideally, if you're in a Superflex, it should be 2 quarterbacks, guys. But at least it gives you some flexibility. Scadabo's health, man. It's now like, the funny thing is we all thought it'd be a concussion or head injury that would cause him to miss games and be an issue in his career. And now he's coming off a major injury. Not good. That is very, very good. A good point, Keith. So he was saying the Patriots might not sign Brown just to avoid the tampering investigation because the Vrabel thing, there was a lot of reports with Rossini and leaking information. That just a whole mess there. I don't really know what to make of it. And I'm also not, it's kind of above my pay grade. I don't know the ins and outs. I just know it's not a good look. I think they're going to make the move and deal with the repercussions later, right? That's what you do when you're a franchise. It's you make the best move for your team, and bringing in AJ Brown is the best move for the Patriots. They have a Drake May in his 3rd year, rookie contract, win now roster. They literally were in the Super Bowl last year. And you could say they had an easy schedule. They got cupcake matchups in the playoffs. I don't care. They were close. and they jumped major from 2024 to 2025. And they'll probably regress this year, but they have a 3-year window, and A.J. Brown's not an old man. He has a couple years left. Blake, thoughts of me taking a Marion and Neighbors? Neighbors is an issue. If you're going win now, I mean, I think he should be fine later in the year. Just an issue there, but I love the value. It's Malik Neighbors is 22 years old. In Dynasty, he should be, if it wasn't for the knee injury, coming off the knee injury, he would be a top 6 pick, right? He'd be going there with JSN. So it's value there on Neighbors at 9. It just might be tough for this year. And Marion Hampton is, I'm not a big fan of the talents. I think he's an above average player, but he is tied to Justin Herbert and a coach in Harbaugh that loves running the fucking piss out of the ball. So Marion Hampton should go wild this year. I'm personally not a big Hampton guy, but I see the appeal of Hampton. That's a good call, Dakota. In an 8-man league, you can go to 2 quarterbacks for sure, because there's now every team can have 3 comfortably. So Derek's in a Superflex team with 15 teams and 4 IR spots. Holy shit, man. That's too much. The problem with those leagues is the draft, where you pick in the draft, the startup draft matters so much. And if you pick at 8, you have to take a quarterback. If you pick in the back half, you have to take 1 quarterback. So like you're forced to, like, you want to be picking at 1, or maybe not 1, you want to pick at 4. So you can maybe get, Jaden Daniels, and you can get, another starting quarterback. So there's only, with bye weeks and injuries, like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of anything over 12 teams Superflex. 12 teams fine. 14 is too much. 15 is insane. But you know what? I'm all for the chaos. Me personally, I like to avoid the chaos because fantasy is chaos enough. Just a normal fantasy league is enough chaos. And I'm not saying I'm not complaining over here. I'm just saying that there's enough stuff that's going to happen in the season before having your league settings be that crazy. So that's going to just it's wild with injuries. I bet the trades are insane in that league. I'll take an invite though. Neighbors in Hampton is high upside build, puts you in a great spot for the next 3 seasons. Yeah, Neighbors. I mean, he's 22 years old, guys. It's crazy how young he was coming as a rookie. And Jackson Dart's not. I mean, the problem is Jackson Dart's health but he impressed the hell out of me last year, and he seems to be the dude. Big arm guy too. It pairs well with Neighbors' skill set. Well, what's up, GT? Thoughts on Chargers playing a bunch of teams coming off their bye weeks? I have not seen any of this. I know that the Bears don't play anyone on what was it? The Bears play nobody on extra rest or something. So maybe the Chargers are the same thing. That's an advantage. There's a lot of ways to dissect the schedule besides just looking at X's and O's and what team they're playing. But that is nice. I know the Niners got totally fucked on their schedule. And I know that the Niners were pleading with Roger Goodell, who, by the way, fuck Roger Goodell, you prick. Hold on. I think I have a clip for Roger Goodell. I have something here. Let's see here. Roger Goodell. Here you go, Roger.
You stupid fuck. Go buy some sandals. Hey, go buy some sandals. You want to fight? I'll fucking fight. I haven't fought in 10 years. I'm fighting that. What you got? What you got? Let's see. Throw down, bitch. Throw down, bitch.
So the Niners were pleading, trying to get the other game against the Rams overseas and trying to just, I'm not saying they're wrong by doing this, but the NFL punish them possibly because their schedule is rough. They have after that week 1 game, they play Sunday afternoon, and then so for the Rams played Monday Night Football. So they got an extra day off. There's just a lot of stuff with the schedule for the Niners that's a little wonky for them. So nothing new for the Niners. Injuries, crazy schedule. They'll be fine. No, Marion was fine. I think Jeremiah Love would have been better because Jeremiah Love is 20 and Neighbors is 22. But Marion gives you a better chance to win this year, Blake, than what Love would have. I have Marion way higher than Jordan Love in rankings for this year. Nice call from Derek. If there's any team that doesn't worry about repercussions, it's the Patriots. Their owner also doesn't worry about those things. And the Deflate Gate, signing some questionable players, the Aaron Hernandez situation, which was pretty wild. And then the hand job situation, he might as well bring in Deshaun Watson. They'd be best buddies, bro. Just their prime time going out is Tuesday afternoon to the massage parlor. They're not going out Friday nights. They're Tuesday afternoons are fucking time. Dude, it's quiet in there, get personal attention. Nice little happy ending. That's what we're talking about, MVP. It's a major thing. It's died down now, but it's no big deal about what he did. That's between him and his wife and him and his family. But the fact that she was a reporter, there's some insider stuff there. Definitely fucked her career. But this could have some repercussions for his career as well. And you know what? This is the Me Too movement. I know it's kind of died down. We're still kind of in the woke society, which if you didn't notice about this show, we're not fucking woke at all. We do it tastefully, though. I think we're pretty tasteful with our non-wokeness. Or is it not? I like to have the clips do the talking for me.
Look at this. This is Laurence Olivier in Othello. And this is James Earl Jones. Now look at how close they look.
Look at that. James Earl Jones doing a great blackface.
James Earl Jones has a black face. He's a black man.
He's not black. James
Of course
Earl
he's
Jones-
black.
He was Darth Vader.
Darth Vader was black?
No,
See, okay, there we
Darth
go.
Vader was not black. They took the mask off. He was white.
Nope, you were in a tough spot, Blake. That was that's why we moved out of 9-16. We had the 9th and 16th pick, and we moved to 12 and 13. Then we again moved to 3 in the third round because I did not like who was going to be there at 16. You had 15. I guessed right because I wanted Love, I wanted Jefferson, Bowers, CeeDee Lamb, any of those guys. They are all gone. It's a sharp league. Disbanded Brotherhood. I don't have enough minutes in my lifetime for Dynasty team. Well, if you take enough shits, then you could just do it all on the shitter, which is a good strategy. And it's here's the thing about Dynasty Disbanded. It's a lot of work in the offseason, which is when there's a lot of downtime. In the actual season, there's not a lot of work in Dynasty. There's no one on the waiver wire. Like it's way easier than a redraft in the season. It's just the other stuff, right, is more work, rookie draft, stuff like that. But make time, baby. Fantasy football. Let's go. We're all watching the show for a reason. It's May 20th right now. We're all talking ball. We also like to make a lot of money in this show and just dominate, which is what we do. Oh, opposite. The Chargers play a bunch of teams that are coming off their bye weeks. That's not good. That's not good for the Chargers. So thank you for clarifying that for me. I'm had a couple pops to drink. Hetzer, is Rashee Rice this year's biggest simple jack? He's been the biggest simple jack the last couple years, but that's probably pretty accurate.
Simple Jack, the story of a mentally impaired farmhand who can talk to animals, was a box office disaster that many critics called one of the worst movies of all time.
Got a good brain.
I think you've got a fine brain, Jack.
You make me happy.
But now the question is, can Speed...
Fried Rice, baby. That's a good nickname. All right, get a couple more comments and I'll answer them, and then I'm taking off. We'll see if I do a show tomorrow night. I think I've done 15 or 14 straight shows. But Thursday, Mike Story, 10 p.m. Central, we're doing the NFC South fantasy preview. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you'll probably see me on here. The rest of the time, I don't really miss any days, gentlemen. As well as, let's see, 15. Mr. Free Throw, my 15 team league isn't Superflex. It has 2 flex spots, but not quarterback flex. I like the 15 teams, the uneven teams. That's pretty cool. So you have a team that has a bye week, or do you just play do you just do the highest points get a win? How do you do that with the 15 teams? I agree. I am picking the Bucks to win the NFC South. Oh God, you used to work with a simple Jack? He probably was a pretty bad worker. What did you work at, Jewel? Was he the cart boy? Oh shit, that's a little bit too much, but pretty accurate. So yeah, Simple Jack is a cart boy. They're all usually nice, and sometimes I don't realize you're driving by and then just push the cart. But I commend the hard work ethic of that community. So there we go. Donut Dunkins. He wore a helmet. I'm picking the Saints to win the NFC South. Dude, I've heard picks all over the place. I'm picking the Bucks. The Saints are a lovely pick. I think the Falcons have the best roster in that division, but they don't have a quarterback. And the Panthers won the division last year, right? Now they have the hardest schedule in the division, first place schedule, and their over-under is only 7.5. Actually, no, I think the fucking Panthers are 6.5 over-under. They won the division. Now it was only 8-9 or 9-8 last year they went. But I can make an argument for any of the teams in the NFC South. That's why it's a great division. It's not a great division. That's why it's an interesting division. I say that. Dakota, no, Mouse co-host Beast is a train conductor. I think he's a conductor on the subway in New York City. So I know they both done a lot of stuff, but no, they only do downtown sports 1 day a week. Baker is going to bake. That's very fun. No, I'm picking the Bucks. I'm picking the best quarterback in the division. The best quarterback in the division is Baker Mayfield. Even though he's thrown the most interceptions in the NFL since 2018, that's a fact. But the division's not going to make any noise. You know, whoever wins is going to lose. But I'll say this: the Panthers put a hell of a fight up against the Rams last year, and they should have beat the Rams in that playoff game. They beat them 4 weeks prior in that rain game in the regular season. They should have beat them in the playoffs. They had that game. All right, a couple more comments. Gentlemen, if you are not in the community, you should subscribe first. But if you're not in the community, you should get in the community, get in the Discord, join the chat, join these fine people in the chat that are in here every single night for the most part. Appreciate all you guys tuning in May all the time. I must be doing something right. You make me feel very good about myself and the program. Also, shout out to all you guys in the Patreon, in the Discord. Appreciate everybody here. A lot of good perks, gentlemen. Whoever's interested, a lot of good perks. Also, check out Downtown Sports. That was my co-host tonight, is Mouth. Mike's story will be on Thursday. We have Big Ray on Saturday. We're going to get all the guys back in their normal rotation slots once I stop doing all these best ball drafts. But look forward to a lot more best ball coming up. Also, here's Michael Jackson. Oh, my God. That's a wild image. Wild image. Gross. Downright gross. If Tua works, they could, or if Penix can take a step up and be healthy, you know, I like the fact they have 2 quarterback options now, right? Like where if they're going to start with Tua, I would project they start with Tua, give him 4 or 5 weeks. If they're 2-3 and he's not playing well, Penix will be fully healed by then. They go to Penix. At that point, it's going to be Penix's show the rest of the way. But I don't have faith in either of these guys. Although Tua has led the league in passing before, guys. Now that was with Josh McDaniel. So I don't think they have the same offensive system, but I love Drake London. I love Kyle Pitts. Bijan's the best running back in the NFL. Like, they have talent, and their defense is good. Kirk Cousins is awful. Like, honestly, as much as I think I rip on Tua, I think Tua is a better quarterback at this stage of his career than Kirk Cousins. And it's a crazy thing to say, but Kirk Cousins is literally so limited, and so is Tua. But Tua is younger, and I think Tua has a little bit more arm talent. I hate saying this. I think Tua has more arm talent, quicker release, and a little bit better of a deep ball than Kirk. They're both equally like statues back there, which is wild to say because Kirk Cousins is coming off an Achilles and 38 years old, and like all Tua's had is concussions. I guess he had the hip injury coming out of college, but yeah, I would much rather have Tua than Kirk Cousins. At least Tua gives me some upside. How good can Rico be in Pittsburgh? Dude, I'm a huge Rico fan, but I still kind of have hope for Caleb Johnson, and they love Jaylen Warren, right? So the issue is that offense is slow. It's slow paced. They're not going to, I like the moves they made. I think they have definitely a lot more talent than last year, but Aaron Rodgers is 1 year older, and you're getting an early down banger. Now, I would hope that Rico gets the goal line work. I think they're going to probably split more of it. 60-40 goal line work with Rico. And I think Rico is an underrated pass catcher, but it's going to be Jaylen Warren in that Kenneth Gainwell role. And last year, the Kenneth Gainwell role was the more lucrative role. So Rico is going to be more of a floor play. It's about Jaylen Warren, right? And Jaylen Warren has not stayed healthy in his career. So Rico is one of those perfect RB3s. You could play in a pinch based on matchup. And if Jaylen Warren goes down, Rico Dowdle is an RB1 as far as I'm concerned. Donuts, this is the $1 million question, man. Mendoza starting over Kirk, how soon? I think I could make an argument for all 3 results. I could make an argument for Mendoza starting day 1 because he's a very pro-ready player. And typically the guys you want to sit are guys that don't have a lot of college experience. Example, Ty Simpson, Anthony Richardson. Mendoza has a college experience. He also is a student of the game and a very mature individual. And he's got the talent. First overall pick. So I could see him starting day 1. Tom Brady has said he wants his quarterbacks to marinate and learn. So I could also see him playing, starting week 6 where Kirk Cousins starts. They're going they're an improved team in a tough division. They're not winning anything this year. They're probably going to win 4 or 5 games. Be a competitive 4 or 5 win team. He comes in week 6. I could also see it where it's like, fuck it. This is the redshirt year for Mendoza. We're not going anywhere. Let's save him. Let's have him learn. And Kirk Cousins starts the whole year as long as he's capable. So I could make an argument for all 3 of those outcomes with Mendoza. I think most likely, if I had to bet on it, it would be Mendoza plays week 6. I think that's the most likely outcome. If it was me, I'm playing Mendoza week 1. I have no reason to. It's a different NFL now. I know Tom Brady's the best of all time, but he's the best of all time at quarterback, not in terms of evaluating talent and being an owner and a GM and all those things. Like, play Mendoza week 1. Play him. Put him out there. You invested in Linderbaum. You have a solid offensive line. Not a lot of weapons, but you have Ashton Genty down to take some pressure off you. Play Mendoza week 1. That's what should happen. Probably not going to happen, though. It is a great promo. That promo for the Raiders is A+. It's probably the best thing they're going to do all year. But I'm a big Step Brothers fan, so I really appreciated that one. I think so, too. I just know Aaron Rodgers likes his veterans. And Caleb Johnson's not a veteran, and Rico Dowdle's new to town. So he has familiarity with Jalen Warren. That's the only Jalen Warren case. I think Jalen Warren's a fine player. Very nice, try-hard, grinder-type player, but not great. McCarthy loves Rico, and that is a nice thing. McCarthy does love Rico. They had some crossover there in Dallas. Eli Heidenreich. Fucking Nazi Heidenreich. I'm guessing that's German. But he's a fullback, right? He could be in there as well. Is it the Iowa or Navy guy, right? He went to Navy? I don't know exactly a lot about him. He was way down the list when I did all the scouting stuff. And that's also very accurate. If the Raiders line doesn't, it will take a step forward, but Kirk Cousins can't move at all. And they're going to be under fire, dude. They just need to play Mendoza. Unfortunately, Hetzer, he's not going in stash range. Rico's going in the 9th round. He's going like running back 31. So he's going RB3 range. And as much as I said this is it's a bad situation for Mendoza, but it's nothing like Bryce Young's situation, right? Bryce Young's situation was way worse. David Carr's situation, a lot of these rookies this is a better situation than what some of these rookies have had. It's similar to what Caleb Williams had coming into Chicago, which wasn't awful. It wasn't great, but Caleb came out better for it. I just don't see, like, starting in week 14 at that point. Yeah, I guess you might as well at that point, but that's just crazy long to wait to start the guy. Like, it's just, you don't redshirt a quarterback anymore. Like, not a guy like that. Like I said, he's super proven, super pro ready. He is the hardest worker and a great kid. Like, he's ready to play. That kind of goes with what Donut said about 3 straight home games to end the season. Like I said, I can see an argument for all 3, right? Where, if anything, you start Kirk week 1, and then you kind of just see what you have and how the team looks and let him watch a few games. But recent history tells you that Mendoza's starting week 1 because they start these quarterbacks week 1. They start guys that aren't even first overall picks week 1, guys that have no college experience week 1. And, like Jaden Daniels, who was more experienced than Mendoza, but he came out and went to the NFC Championship week 1, right? Year 1. Bo Nix has been a revelation, right? He was not even a top 5 pick. So you also have JJ McCarthy. And here's the thing, JJ McCarthy, he sat a whole year. It was injury related, but how did that work for JJ McCarthy? Now, JJ McCarthy's just terrible. Sorry, hopefully Wally's not in here. Yeah, I feel like every time I'm talking shit about JJ McCarthy, Wally pops in like at the perfect time. Not for me, but perfect time for him. And he's just like, hey, man, like, why are you always talking about shit about JJ McCarthy? Because he's terrible. Man, that's the pick right there, Blake. And in this draft, right? Like, I don't think Jeremiah Smith goes 1 because how good the quarterback class is. Now, he's deserving to go 1. Like, in this draft, I think he might have gone 1 over Mendoza. But if you get that first pick, you just trade down and get Jeremiah Smith at 3. You read the room, you figure out what teams want, or you trade down to 2, whatever you got to do. That's what's up. I'm with you on that one, GT. Again, I see arguments for all 3. I would just start the rookie because, week 3, when they're 0-3 and Kirk Cousins is throwing for 220 yards a game with two picks a game, and getting sacked 6 times a game because he can't move, like the fans are going to be clamoring, and then they're going to have to like adjust their plan. So I think they come in with a plan from day one and stick to it. So we'll see what that is. All right, only an hour 40 tonight, guys. Sorry, a little shorter show, but we are going to be. We'll see about tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys in the Discord about tomorrow. I told my wife I'd have like a date night with her. She does deserve that, and she knows that once July hits, I'm not taking a single night off until fucking January. So I have to make her happy, please her. You got to tickle the clits and all the things we like to do. She'll cup the balls. I'll tickle the clit. You know what we do around here. And that's advice to all you men out there. The clit is very important. It's the most important part of a woman's body. Not her brain, not her eyes, not her heart. It is her clit, I think. Right? Clit? Yeah, clit.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole.
Okay, then.
You just take it easy, man.
You know, that's your answer for everything, dude. And let me point out something. Pacifism is not... Look at our current situation with that camel fucker in Iraq. Pacifism is not something to hide behind.
Just take it easy, man.
I'm perfectly calm, dude.
Yeah, waving the fucking gun around?
Calmer than you are.
I am the clit commander. Shout out Jay and Silent Bob for that reference. Appreciate that. Disbanded. That's a good quote. And also just a pretty good movie. I prefer Clerks, and Mallrats is my all-time favorite Kevin Smith movie. But Jay and Silent Bob just has so many cameos, and I like Jay and Silent Bob in an ancillary role, right? I like them in a Jalen Warren style role. I don't want them being my Derrick Henry, right? Like they're funny. It's just a little too much. But Will Ferrell's great in that movie. All the cameos. Definitely a big fan of Mallrats, though. That's my go-to Kevin Smith. I might have said Kevin James earlier. Kevin James would be an awful director. All right. Yeah. Would you like a chocolate pretzel? Oh my God. You got to walk around like that all day. He's like, yeah, but it's so worth it. All right, guys. Great show. Appreciate everyone as always. Thank you for everyone that subscribed. I'll see you guys soon. Anyone in the community, appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you in the Discord, and also you guys in the Dynasty Startup League. We're in the middle of the second round in our slow draft. Looking forward to all the fireworks tomorrow. Maybe some new trades. You know how we do in this league. It's going to be pretty intense. So let me find the ending clip. There we go. Thank you to everyone. Appreciate you. Dakota says you love Zoolander. I like Zoolander, but I think it's overrated. So it's just a little too dumb for me. But I do appreciate it. There's some great scenes. The one of the all-time, I had this on my list for the shocking movie deaths is the other male models that die in the gas station where they're spraying each other with gas and the one guy likes a cigarette. There's some epic scenes in that. I just think there's better movies. Like I think Tropic Thunder's better. And I'm not even the biggest Tropic Thunder guy, but it's good. It's good. I think it's a little bit too lowbrow, right? And it's coming from me. I'm pretty lowbrow myself. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Love your life. Stay positive and respect each other. I'm out.
You just seem like a good dude. I thought I'd see if you wanted to grab a beer, that's all. I'm glad you called. We get home safe, Pistol.
You got it, Jobin.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
Oh, what'd you say?
I don't know. You nicknamed me Pistol, and I just called you Jobin. It means nothing. I'm drunk. I'm gonna call a cab.
All right, man. You have my number, yeah?
I got you stored in my iPhone.
All right. If you need me, call, okay?
Oh, man.